Overall, in this video, we will learn how to invoke a flow from Apex in Salesforce, and we will understand the supported data types and go through a real example with code. So this is really useful when you want to leverage the power of flows but still need the flexibility of Apex code. So what are the supported data types? So first of all, what are the supported data types? So first we have supported some of the primitive data types, that is string, then we have boolean, then we have integer, long, decimal, date, then date time, then we have time. Objects and collections as objects like account, contact, list of S object, list of string, list of IDs, etc. supported. Which is not supported, that is maps, complex Apex classes, sets. So make sure the flow variable matches this type of smooth integration. So Apex code for a flow. So these are the supported data types, and out of that, like S object, list of S object is also supported. Then list of string, list of IDs, etc. is also supported. So now, first of all, we need to create a flow that will be an auto launched flow. So in this example, we will be creating a contact record. So this is the code. So if you see, we have the class name is Apex call. From flow we have a method, and in that we have flow inputs. So this will be the input to that particular flow, and then the output of that will be stored in the contact ID that will be stored in this particular flow. If you see, we have a contact ID variable which is available for output, and we will store the record which was created, and the ID of that particular contact will be stored in this variable which we have created in this. So first we will create this flow. So in this flow we have two variables, first name and last name. So the first name will go to the first name, and the last name will go to the last name of contact record, and it will return the contact ID to that particular class. So if you see the flow inputs, we will have flow inputs. The first name will be John and the last name will be Doe. We will, so this is how we can create an instance of the flow, like flow.interview dot name of that particular flow, API name of that flow. Then just create an instance of it, give it a name, like the if we want to create an instance of a class in the same manner, new. Then again the same thing, just we have to pass the inputs as an parameter to it, because we have two parameters here, two variables or two inputs which are required for that flow. Then we will start the flow by saying flow instance. This is the variable, this is the new instance which we have created for that flow. Flow instance dot start, and then we want to retrieve the output variable, like what the value is in the output. So for that we have written this, like string contact ID equal to string, like this is the typecasting, convert it into a string. Flow instance dot get variable value of contact ID. So if you see, the variable name of this is contact ID, so it will store the contact ID of this, and it will return this to that particular flow variable. Okay, so this is how, like, if we want to run this, just we have to do control E, then apex run flow, and then dot the name of that particular method, and execute it. We will go to logs, we will check in the debug what we got. So if you say contact created with ID this, so now we will just copy this ID, we will just go to the query editor, and ID is equal to the ID which we have. So if you see, the first name is this, and last. Okay, so this is the value which we passed. So in the same manner, if we want, we can pass different value, like to save the class. Then again Control E, open the log, execute it. So this is the new record which has been successfully created in our org. So just do it. And now this are ABC and the last name is element. So this is how you can create or you can call a flow from Apex. So for that there are only two things which we need to consider. First is that if we want to give any input input to that particular flow, we have to make sure that we create the input variable for that particular flow in this manner, and then we pass the values in it accordingly. Like these are the static values, but it should be the dynamic according to the use case which you are working on. And then we have to create an instance of that particular flow. Then this is needed just so that we can create an instance, and then we can start that particular flow and from that particular instance, and then we will be passing the sorry we will be getting the output variable, or if we want anything back from that particular flow, if once that flow is executed, uh, any ID or any message we want to print on the screen, that we can get from them from that particular flow as a variable, like the output variable which we will be saving. So if you see these two variables which are they are available for input, that's the reason they are treated as an input variable, and the contact ID is the one which is treated as an output variable. We can use the assignment as well to assign the value to that particular contact record, but in this case we have done it manually. But if needed, like we can use a record variable, we can create a variable of contact record, and then we can assign the values using assignment, and then later on we can create the records. So yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you.